Yeah, hello scrappers. Now it's Thursday night. Thought I'd tear down the motor, something quick. I was going to go out and pile and look, but it was getting dark. It gets dark early nowadays. So I thought, well, I got this fan here in the way. I got another one back behind me. So I thought I'd go ahead and tear it down. I knew I needed to do a video tonight or tomorrow night, but under the circumstances, I thought I better do it tonight because I'm not gonna really have time tomorrow. My stepdaughter's out there in the back trailer, and her 220 heater wasn't working. So the light would come on, but the fan and stuff like that wouldn't. So I went out there and checked the plug in the wall. Had power on one leg, but not on the other. Went out the breaker box, and same thing at the breaker there in the breaker box, power on one side, so I was thinking it was a breaker, but then I checked the plates on the breaker box, and I had power on one side, not on the other. So I went up to the power pole, had power on both legs, so apparently it's the wire between the breaker box on the power pole and the breaker box in the trailer. So I'm going to have to dig that up. The trailer's been in there for probably since back like in the 60s, and a couple of years ago I had to replace one of the legs. Because when they put in I think my stepson was staying in the trailer at that time, and they had a phone put in, and when they put around the phone wire, their machine nicked the power wire. Well, aluminum wire and moisture from the ground don't mix. So that one wire corroded through a couple of years ago, so I had to replace it. And I still got some of the wire in here that I used when I reran that one. I guess I should have reran them both, probably the ground too. So, and then I think it was just directly buried last time, so I'm pretty sure I put a conduit in there, so hopefully I'd just have to dig up both ends and pull the old wire out, put the new wire in, and be done with it. I can always cover it back up later next week or something. But my plan was to run out to that big job Saturday morning, probably pretty early, even though it's supposed to be about freezing, and pick up a small load there. I want to get those trusses and maybe that gas pump and stuff. So. And then my wife wants to go to the auction Saturday night, so then Sunday I got that other job I got to do, so hopefully finish that one up. Okay, so first I'm going to try to get these aluminum fan blades off. So try. They got rivets in them, so you can cut them off with the angle grinder. Another way I do it is with the air chisel. It's going to get loud either way, so if you're wearing headphones, I would turn the volume down. What I'm going to do is just try to pretty easy, huh? A good compressor, and this is a Craftsman air chisel. Had it for a while. Last year or so the barrel keeps coming loose. I have to keep tightening up the barrel. Otherwise I lose a little air pressure. Yeah, I'm not sure. Yeah, magnet sticks to that rivet, so that rivet's got to come out. There it is. Because if it doesn't come out, I'll have to take a pin punch to it. Yeah, if the compressor kicks in, I'll just have to pause the video for a few minutes. So now that I got those out of the way, And of course, this shaft is rusted up, so it would be probably pretty hard to get that off of there. I'm going to set these aside. They're ready to go into the sheet aluminum barrel. And I've got a bolt here, kind of rusted up. Looks like about a 9/16. Guess I better check it, huh? No, it might be 1/2 inch. Yeah, it looks like it's 1/2 inch. Okay, I got the wrong socket here. Let me grab the other one. Now, make sure I can reach it. I probably should spray some WD on it, but we'll try it without it. Oh, that came right off. Nice and easy. Didn't get much easier than that. Okay. Spread it apart a little bit. Push the motor right on out of there. I ordered some of them carbide Sawzall blades, but they haven't come in yet. Or I'd show you how good they work cutting that shaft. Okay, throw that in the wire tub. A couple pieces of shred. Yeah, because chances are, well, we got to get this off anyway to get the aluminum off of that end, so I'm going to go ahead and just cut that shaft. I'll make it quick this time. I'll get the corded Sawzall. Let me make this a little bit easier. Feel a little air leak on that gun. Get that where it's hanging over the edge of the table. That way it's not won't put the blade in a bind. Yeah, so tomorrow night I'm going to be out there digging up that electrical line so I can run the new one. We've got a couple little oil ports or something here. I think I'm going to have to just get onto them with pliers. They might even be aluminum. Not really sure. Yeah, apparently they are. So they didn't really need to come out. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and give that shaft a little shot of WD-40. Now I get the 1/4 inch. So what happens a lot of times on these, you can hold the nut pretty much with your fingers. Occasionally you run into a tough one where you can't do it, but a lot of the times you can. I ordered a $200 plasma cutter off of Amazon. That came in today. They were saying that was supposed to come in sometime after the 14th. So I really wasn't expecting it today. But I got it. I got those pickup beds that I brought in from that one big job. So I thought the plasma cutter would come in handy for cutting them up, where I could get more onto a load. Taking them as they are probably not be the best way to haul them to maximize the weight in the trailer. Okay, so now from this point, I work my way around and knock that plate loose. It might be easier if I went ahead and made a getting a lot of crud out of the middle there. And this piece here, which a lot of you don't have welders, but if you do, I just took a couple small motors, the casings, welded them back together and welded two of them on top of each other. I kind of need to make one that's just a single height. What I do there, I put that way it supports the whole top of the housing, I guess you'd call that. Now it's stuck on the punch. There we go. Short iron bucket's getting full. Okay, let me sweep this off. Okay, turn the volume down again. It's going to get loud. Usually it doesn't matter where you cut this. So if you're going to get into kind of cleaning this stuff up, an angle grinder is really a must. I've got several grinding discs, probably lifetime supply, because I don't hardly use them. Get all the trash out of the way before I cut that. I may have to change cutting discs on the grinder, because it may be too far wore to get very far. Let's set these two, yeah, I'll set them down in the little gap there. Get a lot of that dirt and trash out of there. That way it doesn't end up in the copper. Cobwebs. Okay. We'll give it a shot, see how far we get. tell you what, it's not hard to get away from the metal on this. Running one of these. Not hard at all. I think I did one of these the other day. I think not too far back, a few videos back, and I thought I'd do it the old school way so that new scrappers could kind of see how I used to do it, and if you don't have a lot of tools, probably the way they're going to have to do it. And then I had people telling me that there's a lot faster way. Well, yeah, I know there's a faster way, but if you have the tools, and not all of us have the tools. So I was trying to show a way for the new guys that probably don't have some of the tools. Of course, if you don't have the tools, you can use a hacksaw and cut that in half. You're going to be there a while. Sawzall will work. Portaband might, but I was showing how I get in there and pry it up and stuff, and one guy was saying, oh, it's faster, get a hold of it and knock this out, knock that down, which I've done it that way too, and done that way on several of them. And sometimes I'll get it out, pry it out part way, and then I'll clean it up like this, and I take the hammer and hit the copper and rotate it and get it out. And that works pretty good too. But get my air chisel together here, and I had made a, I don't know what I did with it. Oh, there it is. I made a chisel, or modified a chisel. I cut it where I had 2 points, and one of them broke off. That was a little wider than normal chisel. So I took another one today. And it's one of those that had the line down it, had a little dimple cut in it, and you can see how I cut it. Made just a V shape out of it. Make sure everything's tight. Wrapped up in the extension cord, or power cord now. Kind of get over here on the side where you can, but with this I can kind of get in there. Let's see if I can, yeah, turn out where that piece there isn't in the way. But you can see that pops it right out of there. You get those big compressors, and it's a little slower. This, a lot of these motors and stuff come out really easy. Small compressor pops right out pretty effortlessly. You got to work. It takes a little longer. Some of them, like I said, some of the big ones out of the big compressors. I don't think it gets much easier than this. Okay, let's get a bucket. Let me zero out the scale here. Got a piece of plastic. Like I said, air chisel makes it easy. I don't remember, but I think somewhere in the neighborhood of $50 for that Craftsman air chisel. I had a cheap air chisel that I bought from one of those discount tool places, and I used it for years. And then I decided, well, it wasn't doing too good of a job. So I thought, well, I'm going to upgrade, and I did a lot of looking at a lot of different air chisels. And it talks, I don't even remember the terms I use now, but some had long barrel, some were short. I thought, well, how do you know which one's hammer harder, you know? I asked some of the guys at one of the tool places, they didn't know. I thought, well, I guess I'll just take a chance. I bought that one. It's been working pretty good. Sometimes it hammers too hard. So, but I can always go in and turn the regulator down. So hey, if you're liking this video, give it a thumbs up. Share it with your friends. If you're not a subscriber, I want to invite you to take a look around the channel. Look at the playlists, kind of the different types of videos I do. Feel free to watch a few, and if you like what you see, hopefully I can earn your subscription. Summertime I do a lot of videos of just picking the stuff up because I don't really get much time to get out here and tear the stuff down, but I'll be retiring in the spring, and I should have a lot more time, so I should be able to do kind of a mixture of bringing stuff in, taking stuff to the scrapyard, cleaning it up. So I won't have to do that 40-minute drive to the city, that 40-minute drive home, plus 8.5 hours there at work. I'll be able to do it all, spend all that time here. Yeah, some of it I'll probably be in bed. I won't have to get up at 4:30 in the morning. I'll probably try to get up early in the summer when it's hot, get out here before it gets too hot, and then wintertime sleep in a little bit and wait for it to warm up a little. Now, a lot of times these strings, check with your scrapyard, find out if the strings have to come off or if they're good having them on. Some yards, they don't care. They say, yeah, leave them on. They don't dock you. Other yards will dock you. I've mentioned these strings in a few videos, and people tell me, some people say that they get docked, some people say they don't. So check with your yard. Every yard's different. I'm kind of doing a lot of videos with copper lately, because really copper's where it's at. Of course, they're saying right now, a lot of people are saying, don't sell the copper. Get it cleaned up, get it ready to sell, but hang on to it. They're saying within the next year or 2 years, once they start really rolling out with these electric vehicles, there's going to be a high demand for the copper, and it may get up to, they're saying, speculating $7 a pound. But now, if you need the money for cash flow, if you got to sell, you got to sell. Not everybody can just stockpile, but if you can stockpile, hey, do it. And some people are limited on room too. You don't have a lot of room to build up a stockpile. You gotta keep it moving so you can have room to work. Yeah, I got one string there. They're being And that's not the one, it's on the back side. Yeah, my yard kind of fusses about it. I need to check around a couple of the other yards and ask them, and if they're paying about the same price. You know what? There are a few of the yards I want to check out. I haven't sold you, mainly because they're a little lower on the shred, so, and really I haven't even sold any aluminum or anything for a while. It's been a while. Yeah, this strain can be very time consuming getting it out of the, you know, getting it cleaned up. And I try to use these hook blades. A lot of roofers use them. I used to do a lot of roofing back in the 70s. Hope I'm not giving away my age, but it doesn't matter. Fixing to retire, and I'm not taking early retirement. I actually started drawing my Social Security back in May. So, full Social Security. Using it to pay extra on the property, get it paid off. I've got it down to about $6,000, so I'm just about there. I want it paid off when I retire. That's why I kept working, so I could have both incomes coming in for a while. Yeah, hopefully next week or two I'll do a video on that plasma cutter maybe. The nice thing is plasma cutter will cut copper, it'll cut aluminum. And I'm just wondering if that might be an easy way to get the tires off an aluminum rim. Just let all the air out of there and then take and cut that tire. You know, just a little ways from the bead, just make a circle around there and pull it off. And get on the inside and cut that bead with the angle grinder. Be a little smoky, but easy enough. That thing should come right apart. So then you have most of the rim on one side and you'll have that little ring. Okay, let's see what we got in the weight. £1 pound, 11.4 ounces, so almost 1 3/4 pounds. Now I'll show you. I'll move the camera and show you how I do those ends. I'll zoom in on the vise over here. That might be a good view. I go to the inside edge first. Find you a pretty long screwdriver. Hook it in there and just give it a pry. You got this little piece here. Garbage can over here, and then I try to clean some of this stuff out. A lot of times what I do, I just take that, pops it right off the other side. I try to get as much of that out as I can. Now one thing I still have, if you can see it, I got a little metal bushing in there. So I'll get this one cleaned up real quick. I want to remind everybody about my Amazon affiliate link in the description below this video. If you're needing cutting discs, there's a link I have on there for 50 discs for about $27. I think that works out to just a little bit over 50 cents a piece. And I'm happy with the discs. They work pretty good, I think. Almost threw that in the trash. Yeah, let me clean that junk out of there. I got the Diablo Sawzall blades. Got the carbide blades on there too. I think there's I don't know if I have the single one on there or not. I probably need to put that single one on there. But I've got a link for the 3-pack. They're cheaper that way a bit. Okay, I'm not sure if I can use this punch. Hopefully. I'll reset the camera again. That's how I do that part. I don't know if I need to zoom in, probably not. I do need to make one of these a little bit shorter. As for this, I don't really need all that height. Yeah, I think I can drive that down. Yeah, that one kind of wants to hang up. This is just a metal rod I had. I just wanted to hang up in there. I got this Harbor Freight pin punch. I need to get one of their better set. But I just put the edge of it right on that ring. And sometimes you can go from the inside to out. That might be easier. I'll spray a little WD on it, kind of lubricate it a little bit. I buy my WD-40 by the gallon jug, so then I just use a spray bottle. Yes, if you tap that down, you may have to go from side to side so it doesn't get in the bind. Usually you can go just tap easy. You don't have to get too carried away with it. There it is. Just a little metal bushing, but it magnet sticks to it, and the whole point is trying to get clean prices. I kind of like cast aluminum over. I think extrusion pays the best, but cast, I get a barrel of this cast stuff, and there's a lot of weight in that barrel. I'm not sure how many barrels right now I've got ready. I've got 3 or 4 barrels I think full right now. I'm going to have to go out there and check. Once I get 5 or 6, I'll probably try to take them in. Okay, we'll get a little weight on this one. It's a 111 111.5 is what it was showing there a second ago. And 13 and a half ounces. So, a little over 3/4 of a pound out of those two. And what are they, 40 cents a pound, 50 cents, something like that. So hey, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. And as I said, give it a thumbs, give it a like if you enjoyed it. Go ahead and leave a comment. Let me know what you think. I know there's a lot of ways, like I said, there's as many ways to scrap as there are scrappers. So, you know, find a way that works for you, something you're comfortable with. Not everybody's comfortable with power tools. Definitely learn power tool safety. You know, learn how to, whatever power tool you're using, get to know that power tool. There's probably somebody that's done a safety video on the power tool. If nothing else, you might check with a Bowtech or something, metal shop, carpentry shop, whatever, cabinet shop, and just ask them, you know, if they can give you pointers or go over, you know, safety. You know, they may do it. You never know. But like I said, there's videos on YouTube on everything, so they probably have some safety videos on how to safely use tools. Main thing is just common sense. You know, don't cut too close to yourself. Sometimes wear gloves, and some tools like drills, sometimes they'll catch your glove, and that could be dangerous. So sometimes it's not good to be wearing gloves around power tools on some of them. So just kind of learn what kind of safety equipment to use and for what. Eye protection. Like one thing at work, they say in our department we have to have safety glasses. You know, anywhere in the building, where everybody else out there, they don't. But you know, we're doing maintenance. So, but if we have street glasses, they said that's okay. So I thought, okay, but they're not safety glasses. But you know, it's just one of those things. Street glasses are fine, but they want you to have some kind of glasses on your face for your own protection. But even wearing safety glasses, sometimes it won't keep stuff out of your eyes. So anyway, it's getting late. I'm going to go ahead and dump this into my copper barrel. It's somewhere right now, I think, between 1/3 and half full. Usually, once it's about half full, I'm going to put the ring on it and set it aside somewhere and start another one. Because even I used a sledgehammer in the past, and I would pack it down, and when I got about 1/3 full, it was about all I could do to move that thing around. It was over 200 pounds. So I figured, well, I'm just going to dump it in there loose. When it gets about half full, I'm stopping. And I just thinking of CU Scrapping. He bought those little Harbor Freight carts that have the little pedal to jack the cart up, so he could load his barrels full of wire and stuff like that in the back of his truck. I thought, yeah, I may have to do something like that, or put up a hoist outside. I got a couple half-ton chain hoists around here. I got a big chain hoist if I need it. So I may just build me an A-frame out there or something, or run me a good pole and a beam across, a pipe across. I'm only going to be lifting max 500 pounds on the chain hoist, and cut a couple holes in my barrels where I can hook a chain and hoist them suckers up. Hoist them up and back under them. But the aluminum barrels aren't bad. I can usually put them on the two-wheeler and go right up the ramp into the truck. Especially now that I kind of dug into the hill out there and made like a loading dock. I can put that back to Colorado up there and put that ramp up there, and it's almost level, so makes it nice and easy. But hey, video's getting long, so I'm going to get off of here and wish you guys a happy scrapping. Thanksgiving's coming up, so I know everybody's out getting ready. I mean, I can't believe it's just, what, 2 weeks away? Today's Thursday when I'm making this video, so yeah, it's like 2 weeks away, and it's, man, it just doesn't seem like it's that far in the year, but it is. So we'll see you guys in the next video, and I got a lot of work to do around here, and you take care. Bye-bye.